Leaving Nepal was heartbreaking. We were only there a week. I did not expect to feel as connected or in love with the place.
To leave people who I had bonded with so deeply over the last week was devastating. On the last leg of our trip, we stopped back in Kathmandu.
We took a propeller plane back.
We had a few hours before our flight back to LAX.
Right before we left, our fearless guide, Dan, said, "There's one more person that I want you to meet." So he took us to a stupa, which is a Buddhist monastery.
We were in this square where it's like the busiest square in Kathmandu, and there are people everywhere.
Unbelievably, incredibly beautiful. People barefoot, birds flying, gorgeous buildings.
We were navigating with our luggage and our backpacks and everything through this crazy crowded space. And we finally get to this courtyard and we open it up and it's completely private, no one's in there.
Tucked away in the middle of the stupa was an orphanage, and that was where we were going to meet Shanti. We're waiting a little bit, and then this tiny woman walks in with her daughter, and we learn her story.
मेरो नाम शान्ति लामा हो.
My name is Shanti Lama. Our family had a poor economic condition due to which I had to come carpet factory, dreaming that my brother and sister will get education.
त्यतिखेर चाहिँ म 11 वर्षको थिएँ.
At that time, I was 11 years old. The carpet factory owner told that he will give her another opportunity for the work there, where there will be a huge salary. After we were in train, we were given a food. After that, we were mentally unconscious, and when we opened our eyes, we were already on brothel. After we asked a lot about our owner, they told us that we have been sold, and if we do anything that is out of their rules and regulation, we will be killed. They told that you have to work here until you pay the money that had been taken by your owner.
Her story is heartbreaking, heart-wrenching, horrifying.
She was human trafficked when she was like really young.
It was my first experience encountering someone who had survived human trafficking. She endured, the most gruesome, horrible experiences.
Years later, she was actually rescued.
In 1996, around 500 women and girls were rescued from Indian brothel. Nepal government rejected us. Nepal government told that if they are brought in Nepal, a bunch of HIV/AIDS will enter in Nepal. It will pollute the environment of Nepal. And the women from brothel do not have good habit, and they are not a normal woman.
So imagine finally being rescued and then being told that you could not go back.
She was almost exiled from Nepal because she had contracted HIV.
Her family was unwilling to take her back, and she was truly alone. She started the Shanti Foundation, which helps survivors of human trafficking to rebuild their lives.
And so now she's fighting for those rights so that people never have to experience what she went through.
In 2016, Shanti Foundation was established, and from the grant of direct relief, Shanti Foundation has been accessing health facilities to those places who are deprived from health facilities.
Direct relief funds a lot of what Shanti does.
Her story was quite moving. She's been helping victims of trafficking and those with HIV positive.
She gets to now read people their rights in warehouses and factories where these women know, what they can be speaking up to and what they're entitled to.
She is one of the strongest women I've ever met, and she completely rebuilt her life.
How many girls have you helped?
कतिवटा महिलासम्म हामी पुगेका छौँ.
यसपालि 1000 भनेपछि 5000.
5,000.
Oh my God. It was just a very moving story, and the way the trip ended, it's sort of just, again, you're just going through these roller coasters, because it made me super down again. I felt really good, and then I was like, okay, we got more work to do.
Some of the things that was a little disheartening or sad was really walking around Nepal, specifically Kathmandu, and just seeing a beautiful town like that is just surrounded by trash.
Going there and seeing there's just all this trash. It just hit me, like, throughout our supply chain and through our products, like, how can we make the most sustainable products possible?
Sustainability is so important to us. And when you see places like that they don't have really any infrastructure to clean up the city and recycle programs or anything there, you look at that and you think to yourself, I don't want to add to their problem.
what we were doing, what everyone's doing, what they're doing for sustainability just like wasn't good enough anymore.
The thing that we think about is, how do we do something? How do we create change? Because I see what's not working.
It's all about people and the earth. It's like all of it together, right?
When we're talking about taking responsibility to change the world, which is our mission, it's not just about helping people and hydrate people, but it is also to help our own planet. It's all kind of all the same, because those people are living on the same planet we are.
To leave Kathmandu, which was chaotic and impoverished, and to be in, the Doha airport, which is one of the most expensive airports in the world, was weird.
There was such an array of emotions, and it was such a polarizing moment, right? You go into this place that turned out to be the most beautiful place I'd ever traveled to, and these people taught me such lessons about myself and about my team and about my purpose here at Liquid IV that it was heartbreaking.
I think it actually helped me to start thinking of my life in terms of, a piece of a tapestry as opposed to just me on a path alone trudging. This trip was really a lesson in how much more we can thrive when we live in community.
I've learned I'm a pretty spiritual person, and that trip only just put it on steroids. It sped me up, and it was powerful.
When you go there, it all kind of just sheds off you, and I was able to get in touch with myself for the first time internally. I was so present and making sure that I was attending to myself and what I was feeling and really taking note of that, but then also being with these people.
You wake up thinking that problems exist far, far away. So going out there, we felt that life is so precious and it can disappear in a moment, that you need to be able to live the best part of you every day.
Connecting to that love, which almost felt scary, too tender, so precious. I wanted to protect the experience. I think that sense of sacredness was something that I connected to.
I definitely connected with a spiritual side of things. I think when you're there that close to the Himalayas and the people, there's this energy.
For me, experiencing that, it sort of boils you down to what's most important, and that's family and health and purpose.
We made an impact in a way that we never knew we could.
And on that flight back, I was, how can we help? So that was a huge part of it, how can we help more? And so there's so much CTW to be done when it comes to people and planet, and that's what we focus on.